Hi grade 3s! This week we have a focus on multiplication in our math work. So I've got some arrays and some images here, and I'm wondering if you can help me figure out what the matching multiplication equation would be for each of these. Alright, so here we have an image with two groups of 2. So I'd like you to write the multiplication sentence with the product for this image. So you can pause, write that down, and press play when you're ready to see what the answer is. If you were thinking the answer was 2 times 2 equals 4, you would be correct. This equation would mean that two groups of 2 mean that there are 4 items. Now we've got this image here. Write down the multiplication equation for this image and then unpause your video. For this one, 3 times 3 equals 9 would be the correct equation. We have 3 groups and each group has 3, so there are 3 groups of 3, and that adds up 3 plus 3 plus 3 to 9. Here we've got some beach balls. Write a multiplication sentence that describes this one. If you were thinking 2 times 2 equals 4, you would be correct. Now we've got some snowflakes, so you can pause the video. What multiplication sentence would represent this array? For this one, 2 times 3 equals 6. You could also see it as 3 groups of 3 groups of 2 equals 6. Either way would work. Now we've got a bunch of basketballs. We have an array of basketballs here. I'd like you to pause and write the multiplication sentence for this group. This equation would be 3 times 5 equals 15, because I can see there are 3 groups of 5, and that gives us a product of 15. You could also write it as 5 times 3 equals 15. Here we've got some strawberries. So pause and write the equation for this array. If you were thinking 3 times 2 equals 6, that is the right answer. You could again also write that as 2 times 3 equals 6. You could see that as 2 groups of 3 if you were looking vertically. Here we have some marbles. So please write down the multiplication equation that would represent this array. You could either write this as 3 times 2 equals 6, or you could write it as 2 times 3 equals 6. Either way, we have 6 marbles. Here we have some flowers that have been planted in an array. Please tell me the equation for this array. So the most common response would be 2 times 4 equals 8. We see 2 groups of 4, and that gives us a product of 8. Or you could have written it as 4 times 2 equals 8 as well. And last but not least, we have some donuts here. Please write the equation that represents this array of donuts. If you had written down 3 times 3 equals 9, you would be correct. Good job, grade 3s. Thanks for practicing your multiplication with me, guys. Bye!